Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of Tigers to the Top. I think this is actually episode 10, 9 or 10, but I think it's actually episode 10. Well, today I just want to tell you what happened since the last episode. So basically what happened in the preseason, what happened yet in this season. Yeah, there you can see the table, for example. And yeah, what happened with the squad, the transfers. This is basically what I want to do, and of course the finances as well. So first of all, I would like to start with transfer/team. If you look at the transfer history, you can see in this season we signed a lot of players and we got a lot of players out. We got Louis Jones out, goalkeeper there. That's not that interesting. Most of them are not too interesting. Andrew Evans, I would have loved to keep him because he was even my first choice squad for some time. But he just didn't improve that fast, and I didn't really think that he was worth contract and his potential ability gone down as well. Most of them are not too interesting. Chea would have loved to keep him because he was my backup right back, and he has some decent pace, decent physical sets, as well as tackling. But I think he's on quite some money, £240 pounds per week, and I definitely don't want to spend that much money on a backup right back. And Aaron Jones, my backup goalkeeper at that point, he left as well, not too important. Joe Parker, I'm very sure, happy that he left. Never knew what he is about because he has some alright stats, not amazing. But he scored a lot of goals in my under 23s, and he actually had at some point the potential to be a League 2 player, so a professional football player. But he did not grew 2 seasons and he never grew, so I'm very happy that he left. He's still on the free agent because he was on, I think, like 100 or 120 pounds per week, so that saved us a lot of money. Knowles is finally out, that saves us 50 pounds per week. Downing, his contract was expiring. He was on 130 pounds per week, so I wanted to give him a non-contract. He was fine with that, but he wanted, I think, always like 600, 700 pounds per appearance, which basically means if you have 2 games, and I actually want to use him in then 2 games because he's scoring, I would have to spend 1.5 thousand pounds just to play him in 2 games or something. That does not make sense. So I did not exact a new contract, and I think now he's actually on quite some decent money. So for me, he is decent. He was like my best center back in the under 23s with a huge potential, and you saw his stats. He has some decent stats. Tall, jumping, fitness, strength, decent pace actually for his height, positioning, marking, tackling. But he wanted too much, and we cannot do that. Also, quite unhappy about Davidson Miller because he was one of the most promising strikers in my under 23s with potential to be a lot better than Dane. He has a lot of better stats. I mean, he has some alright pace, tall, strength, and dribbling, finishing, first touch, heading. He had everything. What I missed were these stats. Positioning is shit, teamwork, work rates. I wanted these stats to go up, and then I would have actually probably at least used him as second choice striker, but he wanted wage, and I didn't want to give him wage. Mulder's gone, also quite unhappy about that because he was quite interesting, but he wasn't that interesting, so I had not a huge problem with leaving him, and he wanted way too much. As you can see, Robinson, also interesting player, but also didn't grew too much, and he is on quite some wage now. Moinstein, of course, Halalan, also the same thing, not that interesting. So yeah, he had some decent passing, but he's not that interesting. The big problem is Moinstein because he was actually my first choice team, but he wanted too much. He wanted a lot of rate I was not able to, and I mean he is on 275 pounds per week, and he actually asked me for more than 300, and I'm not able to give him 300 pounds per week. He isn't quite on the right team. So he is the big guy who left us. On the other side, we signed some players like Hartley, for example, who's a right winger with, of course, we'll use him as inside forward. Decent pace, determination, decent stats, work rates, leadership. These, of course, have to grow. Crossing is their first touch. Dribbling, finishing has to grow. 2-star ability, potential to be a National League North right midfielder. So not the huge potential, but if you can grow, cool stuff. Constable is a new goalkeeper. I just found him. 16 years old. Yeah, has some alright stats actually. Rushing out, handling. If you can go fast, maybe. We also have Sterling, who is a midfielder, as you can see, with passing and vision and stuff. Decent stats, of course, he has to grow a lot, especially defensive-wise and mental stats. But he's not uninteresting, he's quite interesting. We have Jack White, all of them are on a non-contract, I think. So I want to show you very fast. You can see he is on a non-contract with a little bit of like appearance fee. He is a youth player actually. Sterling is on the same basically. White is on. There were a lot of very interesting. He is on nothing. A lot of interesting players who was not able to sign because they wanted a non-contract, but always already like 200, 300 pounds per appearance, and that is not worth it to spend that much money in our financial situation for under 23s. Decent center back. I don't understand why they are saying he's a right back, because he does not have the pace for a right back. He's too tall for a right back. And look at crossing one, dribbling one. How is he the right back? For me, he's a good center back. He's tall, decent physical stats, marking, tackling is there. So if you can go fast, a very interesting player. We also have Anderson, who is another center back. But actually, I think I want to use him as midfielder. The thing is, I'm not sure what I want to use him, because he's completely good in everything. Physical stats are good for everything. He can play with that set as center mid, as cam, as center back. He has decent physicals in everything, defensive wise, attacking wise, just not vision, and decent stats in attack. I don't even know. Center defender. I was actually thinking about using him as midfielder because of his passing, dribbling, finishing, and stuff. There could be some background noises, so I'm gonna be quite very quick. Alright, I don't know if you heard that, but the two birds already again went crazy, but you know that already. So I was unsure what I want to use him, but in the end I decided for a center back, and he has some decent stats. He is on a non-contract with nothing, basically. I don't understand how he's on nothing, but okay. Djibouti is another free player we signed. He is a winger. Now my dog came in. My goodness. Nothing happens, then I want to record, and everything is going crazy. So, decent pace, I would say. Decisions is there. Decent stats. He has to grow, especially in finishing, but he has a good potential, I would say. And 2.5 star ability is not bad. He is also on quite nothing, actually. He's quite cheap for us. Ayora is the next player who is a striker with decent physical stats. Some decent mental stats as well. And finishing, heading is there. He has improved, of course, some other stats like dribbling, or especially first touch, as well as positioning. It's at 1, that's nothing. Off the ball is in good, so I don't know if positioning is just a defensive stat. No, it's actually also attacking, so he should improve that. He scored quite a lot of goals for the club he played for, Marine. So interesting player for sure. He is on more or less the same than anybody else. Oliver Weber is the main guy. I want to talk about him soon. McLean is also one of the most interesting players I signed, because look at the physical stats. He has vision, work rate, teamwork, leadership, decisions. He has finishing, first touch, heading, good long shots, everything. He is for me like a cam, the replacement of Palmer. And he has 3-star ability already and a decent potential ability. So he is one of, I would say, the second most interesting player I signed after Weber. Because I just want to improve his tackling a bit and maybe a few other stats. But then he is at least on a level with Palmer already. And he is also not really on a lot. So very interesting player. Third last player is Ryder. Center back. Yeah, he's already growing, that's nice. Physical stats have to grow. Positioning is there. Marking, tackling, heading are an amazing stat. Decision as well. Huge player. 3-star ability already. I think he is my 3rd or 4th choice center back at the moment. He is on nothing at all. And the second last player is Ozunudis, who is also a center back. So I just looked at free agents with also some interesting stats, who is also really decent. 3-star ability and stat, but he is on my under 23s. And he is also on quite nothing. I can actually have a look if Ryder's... No, he's not on my under 23, so he's my first choice team. Now the most interesting player is Oliver Weber, 3.5-star goalkeeper, huge potential. He has a potential to, I don't know, but he's well suited for National League North. So I think he actually might have the potential for... Why always this dude? I want to have this. Yeah, nothing changes. I think he can have... He is definitely probably able to... You can see, so best goalkeeper. Able to go to like a decent ability for League 2 play. But he has some amazing physical stats. As you can see, I don't know why this is like this right now, if that always was like this, or if they changed something. But you can see decent physical stats. Okay, don't understand this really. Decent physical stats determine everything, and he is growing as well. He's just amazing. And he is my first choice team. He is my first choice goalkeeper at the moment. He is the most interesting player, and he is so amazing. I always talked about how amazing Ben Jackson is, who's injured at the moment. But he is just on another level. Even though he is 3-star, I think, and he is 3.5, you just see the difference. And right as you can see, it's my third choice goalkeeper. Third choice center back. So at the moment, basically my first choice backup. After that, we can look at the competitions and the schedule and the results. As you can see, we start off actually amazing, and now we drop down because we've lost some games, but 13 points is still really decent. I changed the bot expectation mid-table. The thing is, you don't really get a lot of money more. In the first season, of course, the board told me avoid relegation. The second season, I was allowed to change that. But I was not really able to get more money for it. Not really, like a few pounds. That didn't help me. So I said, okay, then I would just say avoid relegation, because that's quite easier for me as a manager. It's just easier. This season though, same thing. I don't get a lot of money, but I still decided for mid-table to tell the team this season we have different goals. This season we want to definitely get in the table, maybe if possible even fight for promotion. I want to fight for the playoffs. Last season we could have done it without the bad run. This season I think we should do it. And we are just a few points off. We started actually amazing. We're in some point first place. We can have a look at that next. No, notebook. So, I got a new contract, nothing too interesting. We got a lot of injuries already, you don't even know. So many injuries. In the last friendly, Skinner score, okay, let's see. I can't remember everything anymore, so last friendly, Skinner score is what I want to show you basically. So, it has to be a decent goal if I even show you a goal from a friendly game, because normally, of course, I don't do that. So then it really has to be a decent goal. So let's have a look. This is the first goal. Let's go to the second one. Okay, they have the ball. And Skinner still be amazing. You will see in a few seconds, I will tell you there was an offer for him, and it looked for some time actually like I would lose him. Very nice from Ferrier there. Passing to Clark. Here's Skinner. Nope. Oh yeah. That's the funny thing, you will see in the replay what happened to Skinner. He shot, oh what? There's not even a replay. So he tried the okay, that does make sense to look for everything again. He tried the shot, got blocked, and then the other center back, or the other defender, tried to shoot it out and shot the ball at his leg, and from then it went in goal. Skinner didn't even shoot. Basically, he scored it for him. I don't know if you understand what I mean. So that's completely stupid, basically, that goal. So, what happened afterwards? In the first game, amazing performance and very unlucky draw against a team who are quite decent, to be honest. So, against Newton Town, unlucky draw, but in the end, they're one of the best teams in the league at the moment, first place. So, it was a decent result, but we played amazing and we should have won. Second game was the one-off game for me as a manager, and it was a decent game because I think we won like 3-0. Why do I always get to inbox? Yeah, 3-0 against Tamworth, who are also not a bad team. Tamworth are, I don't know where they are. Am I blind? No, they're actually in front of us. So they just lost 2 games, and one of them was 3-0 against us. Next up, we played the third game, another amazing performance, but unlucky draw, conceded in the 91st minute. This 1-0 draw, oh yeah, that was stupid. Against Stafford, still a decent result because Stafford is actually doing quite decent as well. Who are third place, as you can see, just 1 point behind first. Just 1 draw, so I think it was a decent one. In the fourth game, we were doing good. Amazing comeback. Weber saving a penalty 5 minutes before the end the next 2 games. So as you can see, we got a 2-0 win, as well as after we were losing 1-0 in the second half with 3 goals, and we saved the penalty. So amazing. At this point, I think we were first place because we had 5 games, 3 wins and 2 draws, which means we got 11 out of 15 points. I think we were first place at that point, actually. Yep, top of the league. And the funny thing also, the Raper is actually playing for the under 18s for Northern Ireland. And one day before he was going there, I said, okay, for this cool, we have Jackson. Jackson got injured for 5-6 weeks. I got, of course, Manager of the Month. The biggest ones were Verratti to Man City for 77 million euros. Gabi Jesus to Bayern from City to 65 million euros, and Costa to Chelsea 35.5, which I didn't understand why he was at Chelsea. Left them in a January transfer window, I think, last season. So still in 2018. And half a season later, he comes back to Chelsea. I didn't really understand that at all. And now then we had some decent opponents, and it started off losing. So Ilkeston, Unfinished Town, Guernsey, and Workington. We can have a look. Ilkeston are in front of us. Okay, I forgot already the other two names. We have Workington, who are actually last. Yeah, that was the only bad result in my opinion. Guernsey and Unfinished Town. Guernsey is doing quite bad, but they're still an amazing team. One of the best team, and Unfinished Town, of course, as always, is one of the best teams as well. Even though they're also doing quite bad, I don't understand why. And there we dropped a lot of points. We got a 2-0 loss against them, which I still find okay. We got a 0 draw against Unfinished Town. They were a lot better, so I really was happy with that. Guernsey, unfortunately, we lost. In the end, I wasn't unsure if I should go attacking or not, because it was 1-1. And they were down there, but they have quality-wise and quantity-wise one of the best teams in the league. I don't understand why they're doing so bad right now, but I think in the end they will still be at least in the top 6. I went attacking, or not defensive, basically. I didn't change anything in the end. They unfortunately scored, and this was stupid. This was the only goal I'm very unhappy about. So there you can see that first loss, not our doubt, they played very good. We made 1-2 stupid mistakes. Then our 123 won a game 7-1, Cox scoring 6 goals. Then fuck offer for Skinner, tried to offer contract, but he wants way too much. He wants like 400-500 pounds per week. Can't do that, but forgot he declined the offer. I wasn't unsure why he would do it, because it was an offer from a Vanarama National League South, so from the same level. One of the worst teams in that league, so I didn't really understand. Some game, very good score, they were better, so against Unfinished Town. Even though we had twice as many shots on target, our third choice goalkeeper, Phillips, who of course had to play, made a really decent job. Then, damn unlucky loss. We were close to 2-1, then had one attack. Yeah, in the second half they had no attack. In the second half it was just us. It was against Guernsey, this 1-0 draw. And then the only attack at that point they had 2-1. Godvika was injured for the second time already and is still injured, but he's coming back as you can see. And then very unnecessary draw against last. And Demon's goal, Weber is a beast, and yeah, this is the thing. Lewis gave them penalty for no reason. There was no danger at all. Weber is just a beast, and a Demon's goal. Seems like I have to show you this one as well. So let's look at the Demon's goal really fast. Let's see why this is so amazing. Might be then, because the first time I wrote that in a game. Let's see, first of all. Oh yeah, the free kick. I really loved it. Instead of trying it directly, Mohamed with the pass to Skinner, straight away the pass to, you can see the penalty, straight away the pass to Demon, and straight away. So first touches, 3 first touches. Really amazing, I would say. And this is it. This is why we were so amazing with 11 out of 15 points. And now we got 2 out of 12. And this is why from the first place we dropped down to 11th, 7 points behind first place right now. Our goal will just be to get, if possible, like 4th, 5th place. But I think in the end we will play like 8th, 9th, 10th place. But definitely I want at least to get 10th place. This is definitely my goal this season. So I think I showed you everything I wanted to show you. The transfers, financial wise, the wage are going down again. We were at 4K. In this basically 1 year ago, in the start of the last season, until the end of the second season, basically I was able to down that to like 3.4, and now I was able to go down to 3.1 because I saved a lot of wage. But one guy I think got a new contract. Still, the bind is more or less going down. It's gone up actually for like 2 months, just a bit, and in the last month it gone down a bit. So right now it's not really changing, as you can see. It's the same, like I don't know how many, basically like 1 or 2 months ago. It's not really changing. But we're still making some loss, and I'm not sure why, to be honest. You can see we made actually quite some win, because we were at like 50k and like 42 or something, so we made some kind of win. But yeah, not working perfectly, the financial situation, but yeah, I can't really change it. The last thing we will do today is this game against Needham Market, who are 1 or 2 leagues below us. I think just 1, but might be 2. It's the game in the second qualifying round in the FA Cup. So for us, a possibility to get some money as well. And this is what we're gonna do today, basically. We should definitely win this one, and I'm very confident. As you can see, of course, Weber, Butler, Hemati is amazing right now. Playing, I'm not sure what to do with him. He gone down again. He was always at 3 star, then 3.5 star, 3.5, and now back to 3. Also, I find it quite funny that it says that he's from Afghan. I mean, what? Afghan? I think they meant Afghanistan. So I'm very unsure. Or I don't think I'm that stupid that Afghan is a country. I'm not amazing in geographics, but I'm quite sure. So as you can see, the Team Mohammed actually got into there. I told the last episode, I'm not sure if I even want to use Mohammed or not just keep using Molstein. My goodness, the birds are really annoying right now. If I really want to keep, even get him in my first choice team again, or just want to keep using Molstein, but of course Molstein leaving, made it for me easy to choose that. Jackson is still injured he was 5 to 6 weeks, so just a few days. Kodvika was injured twice, he is returning to full training tomorrow. I still hate it that you just have 5. I need at least 6, normally you have to have a goalkeeper on the bench, you need at least 1 wingback / fullback, at least 1 center back, at least 1 midfielder, at least 1 winger, and at least 1 striker, so at least 6 players. 7 would be perfect, but 6. So I always have to decide if I just use use 1 midfielder like Ferrier, not even a striker backup, but that is just stupid, or not even use a goalkeeper. At the moment I don't even have a goalkeeper on the bench, so if something happens to Weber, I have to put a non-goalkeeper in there, but I can't change it. 5 substitution is just stupid in my opinion. Today we might have more because it's a cup game, but yeah, I don't think I need one. So how many do I have? I have to use 4 out of here, so I have 7. Yeah, this are 7 substitutions. Let's go into this game, and we should definitely win this. I mean, it would be very, very, very disappointing if we would lose a home game against a team who are at least 1 league below us. Even though I have to say, I just looked for that team, and they have some very, very decent players. Actually, from the quality-wise, they are on our level. So, what should I do? I think this one. Of course, I don't react happy to that, so let's go. Make this one, at least something. They have some decent quality actually, so it's not really, from the quality wise, you don't see that they are 1 or 2 leagues below us. They could definitely be in our league. They are just a bit worse than us, I would say, quality wise. But still, I really would love to win this one. Well, first half is over, not even 1 highlight. The only thing that happened is that we got 2 yellow cards, and they got 1 as well, I think. So, yet, not happy with the performance. Nothing, not even 1 highlight on either side. That was just embarrassing. Oh, we got our first highlight. And it seems like it's for them, so that's not nice. Boof. Okay, Marty with a nice. Come on, Butler. Okay, we got... Oh, Curran with a mistake. But we still have the ball. Please let it be our highlight. There's nothing happening. I feel like there might just be 1 or 2 more highlights in the whole game. Okay, it's a red card. You can see in the timeline. Yellow, yellow, yellow. There were 6 yellow cards already. And now a red as well. So the 7th yellow card, they're doing something. Okay, that's an interesting formation. But except for this, still nothing is happening. Just fouls, yellow and red cards. Not the game. Maybe this time. Or is it another red card? Skinner. Butler with a cross for Dale. Yes! Thank God. First highlight in the whole game after more than 1 hour. Just 25 minutes before the end. And it is our goal. This is so important. 5-6 minutes later we got another highlight. So let's hopefully not concede, that would be very bad. If we score a second, game over. They can have a chance, please just don't let them score. Whoa, so many. Look at how many yellow cards there are. Let's actually pause real quick. 1, 2, can I see from there? Yeah. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and there's the 9th yellow card in the whole game and the 2nd red. I think it's a red, yes it is. So I have to change something. This is just stupid. So of course I will bring on Debrick. I'm thinking about if I should sub off one of my... So either I sub off Palmer or Dale. So either I think Palmer would be stupid. I think I should sub off Dale. Even though that's also not really what I really would like to do. But I think that's the only thing that really makes sense. So I will actually do this. So Palmer... Debrick on for Dale, so we don't play with a striker in the next 50 minutes, but if we don't concede, it's okay. I made the substitution already, man. Boom. Yeah, so this is how we're gonna play in the next minutes, and we're gonna play a bit more defensive. First of all, let's look at the free kick, 50 minutes before the end. Easy clearance. So only thing that happened yet since the last time was a yellow card. I was going extremely defensive. This is just a substitution I'm gonna do right now. So let's hopefully not concede. Okay, Quad is getting the ball really decent. Another yellow card again. This is... what a stupid game. So our team probably... oh my goodness. Quad has won the ball but now lost it. Okay, this is nothing. If that's the only highlight they have, this is the only highlight they had yet. So it seems like this was the closest they got to a goal. I will make the third substitution as well. What should I do? I think I should sub off Mohamed maybe? No, I don't know. Yeah, I think I will sub off Mohamed for Rus. Or Rus, or however you would say that. Or Wash, or I don't know. Last few minutes. Let's just, yes, ref should blow the whistle. They have this corner. We should be able to clear it. And there is stupid game with in total I think 11 yellow cards and 2 second yellows, so a red card. But in the end, we dominated. We gone through. We will get some money. This was really important. We get 4.7k and we of course have now the possibility to even get more. The last thing we're gonna do is the AF Cup third qualification or qualifying round 2. I can't pronounce that or say that, it's just stupid. I will tour next team for a few times, see if we can get here, and if there are just a few teams missing, then I will actually make an automatic tour. So yet we are not toured, we got not toured yet, or how we say that. So let's say it's 35 teams. Let's make automatic tour just for the effect. I think we are still in here. Oh my goodness! You see, I saw all the teams. Look at the first team that got tour. Nothing amazing. And then it's the FC United of Manchester, and I say this probably is the only team I don't want to play against. Boom, we play against them. And normally we'll get out because they are way better than us. They are way better than us. I think they are still in our league actually, the 12 teams. Are they still in our league? Yep. So they were of course second place last season, but they actually lost therefore in the playoffs. Well, they're doing decent again, so... ah, man. Everything else would have been so nice. The game is in quite some days. Oh man. Why? There's so many bad teams and we get one of the best. We get one of the best teams because they're just north, south or even worse league teams basically. And we get one of the best. That's stupid. And away as well. So I think this will actually be the end. Hopefully we can get through because we could need the money, but I don't think we will go through. But yeah. This is basically it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Next episode, I will play a lot of games now. So next episode should be definitely a lot of days. I will at least have played 21 games, so half of the season, but maybe even a bit more. Maybe I will also go through the January transfer window and then. So basically then we will have like 25 games, maybe even until it's 30. Depends on what is happening. Then I will make the next episode. Hopefully you're looking forward to that. Hopefully there weren't too many background noises because the birds are actually going quite crazy. I will now record some Aston Villa career mode and I'm definitely looking for definitely want to see if this is too bad because otherwise I have to change something. Yeah, but if you enjoyed this episode, please smash the like button. I will see you tomorrow with Aston Villa as you know now. And yeah, have an amazing day. And bye guys.